Gaslighting 101 by Jay-Dee-British, uploaded to r/shortscarystories. I worry about your memory, Victoria. This must be the third time this week. Dan looked sympathetic and sad. Victoria wondered if he was right. She had been certain she'd turned off the lights last night, but they were all blazing away come morning. The front door wasn't locked either. It was true that she was getting older, and didn't memory suffer as the years passed? Dan had been telling her that she was misremembering events, and in one case, just plain seeing things. She was sure that she had seen her neighbor Clemmy in the room upstairs. Of course, it was ridiculous, Dan had explained. Why would Clemmy be inside their house at all? At the front door, maybe, but inside? That was paranoia, plain and simple. As far as she knew, there was no history of dementia in her family, but there was no question that something was going on with her mind. She had asked Dan if they should make an appointment with a doctor to get to the bottom of things. Dan patted her hand. I don't think we're there yet. No need to involve outsiders that don't know anything about you. Just trust me and we'll be fine. Victoria very much wanted to trust Dan. After all, as he often said, he was just looking out for her. One evening, they were eating dinner. Victoria had been so hungry that she had finished first. Dan asked if she could get some wine from the cellar. When she got back to the table, her plate was inexplicably full again. Come on, let's eat. Victoria looked at him, feeling confused. I just ate this, Dan. He looked at her and shook his head. You went to get wine for the meal. Good idea, by the way. You asked me to get it. No, I didn't, sweetie. His look turned confused. You sound a bit crazy right now. She saw Clemmy inside the house another 3 or 4 times in the following weeks. Except, it couldn't be Clemmy, could it? It had to be a hallucination. Dan said it was. Just how bad were her mental problems? Victoria was starting to think she was, in fact, going insane. Dan had offered to help manage her inheritance fund because he was worried that she was becoming incapable of dealing with financial stress, but so far she had held off. It was one thing that she could still cling to feel like she wasn't drowning. She came down the stairs that morning after hearing noises. In the front room, Dan was struggling with Roger, Clemmy's husband. Victoria blinked at the sight in surprise. Roger withdrew a knife and started attacking Dan, who was now pleading with her to save him. Roger was yelling too, something about Clemmy and Dan. Victoria laughed. This was the most realistic hallucination yet. Despite what Dan said, she thought she really ought to see a doctor about all of this. Follow for more.